Greetings to all. Welcome to Future Officers Academy. Today we are going to see the daily current affairs of 17th September. So today we are going to discuss the topics of renewable energy sector will power India's growth. So which comes under GS3 Indian economy. Next, how quantum computing can make large language models even better. So which comes under GS3 science and technology. Next, how do emergency provinces impact center relations? So which is comes under GS2 Indian polity. Next, what is the current status of the introduction of African cheetahs? So we have to know under GS3 environment. Next, line of actual control, which we have to know under terms. Next, we'll be seeing the editorial analysis. So these are the topics we are going to discuss today. Our first topic is about renewable energy sector will power India's growth. So first we have to know why it is in news. Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurated the fourth Global Renewable Energy Investors Meet and Expo in Gujarat, highlighting India's commitment to renewable energy and rapid economic growth. He detailed government initiatives including new industrial cities, high-speed rail, research funding, and renewable energy targets, reinforcing India's leadership in green technology. Next, what are all the steps taken by the Indian government to advance renewable energy and infrastructure development? First thing is expansion of infrastructure. So announcement the creation of 12 new industrial cities and 8 high-speed road corridors to boost economic growth. Next, railway upgrades. Launched over 15 semi-high-speed Vande Bharat trains to enhance connectivity. Next, research funding. Establishment of rupees 1 trillion fund to promote research and development in various sectors. Next, e-mobility promotion. E-mobility promotion initiated various measures to drive the adoption of electric mobility. Next, the biomanufacturing. Introduced the Bio E3 policy to advance high performance biomanufacturing. Next, the offshore wind energy. Launched the viability gap funding scheme worth over rupees 7,000 crore to support offshore wind projects. The next is renewable energy target. Set to a goal achieve 500 gigawatts of renewable energy by 2030. Next, climate commitments. So achieved Paris climate goals 9 years ahead of schedule. These initiatives aim to reinforce India's position as a leader in renewable energy and sustainable development. So with this, we have the UPSC prelims mains question which have been asked in previous year 2020. India has immense potential for solar energy through there are regional variation in its development. Elaborate. So you can practice on this question. Our next topic is about how quantum computing can make large language models even better. So first we have to know about news. Advancements in AI and NLP, particularly large language models, have revolutionized human computer interactions but face challenges like high energy consumption and inaccuracies. Quantum computing, especially QNLP and QGen, offers promising solutions for more efficient, accurate, and sustainable AI systems. Next, the transformations in AI and NLP. The landscape of AI, especially in natural language processing (NLP), has seen remarkable advancements. Large language models, that is LLM, from OpenAI, Google, and Microsoft have revolutionized human computer interactions through generative AI. Next, there are problems with culture, current LLMs. So the problems are high energy consumption that LLMs require significant computational power due to their large number of parameters. For instance, GPT-3 consumed 1,287 megawatts of electricity for training equivalent to an average household's 120-year energy consumption. Next problem is pre-trained nature of hallucinations. That is, LLMs generate contextual, coherent but factual incorrect outputs due to limitation of their pre-training. Next, there are syntactic issues. While LLMs excel in semantic understanding, they struggle with syntax, misinterpreting cues essential for generating accurate text. Next, the syntactics and semantics with quantum NLP. The first thing is quantum computing. Quantum computing leverages phenomena like superposition and entanglement to reduce energy cost and enhance efficiency. Next, the quantum natural language processing, that is QNLP. QNLP addresses the limitation of current LLMs by integrating syntax and semantics more efficiently, lowering hallucinations and improving context comprehension. Next, the improved language understanding. QNLP offers a deeper understanding of language by better mapping grammar rules with quantum phenomena. Next, the time series forecasting. First thing is under quantum generative model, that is QGen. Quantum computing can handle time series data using fewer parameters than classical models. Next, the advantages of QGen is it is effective for both stationary, stable, and non-stationary fluctuating data, offering more efficient pattern detecting and anomaly identification. Next, the recent research. A Japanese study demonstrated that a QGen AI model outperforms classical methods of financial problem solving with fewer computational resources. Quantum computing, particularly QNLP and QGen, holds significant potential to overcome current LLM challenges, enabling more sustainable, efficient, and powerful AI applications. So that's all from this topic. Our next topic is about how do emergency provisions impact center-state relations. So first of all, we have to know why it is in news. The ongoing violence in Manipur has reignited debates around center-state relation and the use of emergency provisions, particularly Article 335, 355 and 356. The news highlights constitutional obligations and the challenges of maintaining law and order in federal governance. So with this we have to know about federal structure of India. India follows a federal system with distinct governments at the center and the states. The seventh schedule of the Constitution distributes powers between the Union and the states, with the law other being the state's responsibility. Next, the emergency provinces. Part 18 of the Constitution outlines emergency province with Article 355 and 356 focusing on center's duty towards states. Article 355 mandates the center to protect states from external aggression and internal disturbance and ensure state governments function according to the Constitution. Next, Article 356 allows for the imposition of president rule when a state government cannot operate constitutionally. Next, we have to know purposes of the Article 355. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar incorporated Article 355 to justify the center's intervention under Article 356 only in cases of constitutional obligation, preventing arbitrary use of power. Next, the judicial interpretation. Article 356 was often misused to dismiss state governments until the Supreme Court's S.R. Bommai case 1994, which restricted its use to situations where there is breakdown of constitutional machinery, not merely a law and order issue. Article 356 is subject to judicial review and should not be used for political reason. The Supreme Court has broadened the scope of Article 355 in various rulings to permit all action necessary to protect states and to ensure constitutional governance. Next, the Commission's recommendations. The Sarkaria Commission 1987, National Commission to Review the Constitution, that is in 2002, and Panchi Commission in 2010 recommended using Article 356 as the last resort, emphasizing the center's duty under the Article 355. Now, what is the Manipur crisis there? The ongoing violence in Manipur represents a serious constitutional law and order crisis. While political considerations may prevent the invocation of Article 356, all actions under 355 must continue to restore peace. So with this, we have the UPSC mains question which have been asked in 2018. Under what circumstance can financial emergency be proclaimed by the President of India? What consequences follow when such declaration remains in force? So you can practice on this question. Our next topic is about what is current status of the introduction of African cheetahs. So why it is in use? The Cheetah Action Plan aims to introduce African cheetahs into India to restore ecosystems and boost ecotourism. However, challenges include extended captivity, high cheetah mortality, and habitat concerns, raising doubts about the project long-term success. So we have to know about the project Cheetah overview. First, Cheetah Action Plan, that is CAP. India's initiative to introduce African cheetah into an ecosystems aiming to conserve the species and restore savanna habitats. It also supports future collaboration with Iran on Asiatic cheetah conservation. The next thing is project management and stakeholders. The NTCA and Ministry of Environment, Wildlife Institute of India and Madhya Pradesh Forest Department oversee the project with guidance and an expert committee. Next, the ecotourism. Cheetahs are intended to be a flagship species, promoting the restoration of a dry open forest ecosystem and benefiting local communities through ecotourism. Next, the challenges of long-term captivity. The challenges are extended captivity and international standards. So in extended captivity, the 12 surviving adult cheetahs have spent most of their time in captivity, contradicting the plan's objective to release them into the wild. Prolonged captivity renders cheetahs unfit for real life. Next, in international standards, Namibian policy limits captivity for wild carnivores to 3 months, after which they are either euthanized or held permanently. Next, the cheetah deaths. The mortality issues. Several cheetahs have died due to pre existing conditions, poor management, or environmental factors like heat stroke. There are concerns about their sustainability for survival in Indian climate. Next, the location and habitat. Kunno National Park, that is chosen as the most suitable site for cheetahs, although the animals have largely been held in captivity. Plans to release cheetahs in Gandhi Sagar Wildlife Sanctuary and Bunny grasslands are delayed. Next, the habitat concerns us. Doubts remains about the availability of sufficient high quality habitat, that is 4,000 to 8,000 square kilometer, needed to sustain a viable cheetah population. Next, the measurable outcomes. First, the short-term goals are cheetah survival, home range establishment, reproduction, and ecotourism have not been met due to extended captivity. The long-term goal is establishing a stable meta-population and improving local economics through conservation efforts are the project ultimate aims, with a timeline extending up to 40 years. So that's all from this topic. Our next topic is about line of actual control. So why it is in news? The Union Ministry of External Affairs recently said that about 75% of the disengagement problems with China on the military standoff along the line of actual control in eastern Ladakh have been sorted out. So we have to know about the line of actual control. The LAC is the demarcation that separates India controlled territory from Chinese controlled territory. Although not recognized as an official border, it serves as de facto border between India and China. India considers the line of actual control to be 3,488 km long, while the Chinese consider it to be only around 2,000 km. It divided into three sectors: the eastern sector, which spans Arunachal Pradesh and Sikkim, the middle sector in Uttarakhand and Himachal Pradesh, and the western sector in Ladakh. It runs along Tibet and Xinjiang on the Chinese side. The line of actual control has always remained a major cause of tension between India and China. There are areas along the border where India and China have differing perceptions of LAC due to both sides undertaking patrolling up to their respective perceptions of the line of actual control transgressions to occur. India's claims line is the line seen in the officially boundary marked on the maps as released by the Survey of India, including both Akshay Chin and Gilgit Baltistan. This means LAC is not the claim line for India. In China's case, LAC is the claim line except in the eastern sector, where it claims the entire Arunachal Pradesh as South Tibet. So that's all from this topic. Our next topic is about editorial analysis. Our editorial analysis topic is women-led development in Rajya Sabha. So we have to know the context first. Under Vice President Jagdeep Dhankar leadership, the Rajya Sabha has introduced progressive measures to empower women in parliament, symbolized by the reconstitution of the vice chairperson's panel with women members. These initiatives align with the government's women-led development approach, ensuring women play pivotal roles in decision making and leadership positions. Now, what are the women-centric measures taken? So first, women inclusive democracy. At a time when women are leading governance and development initiatives across the world, India's legislature, a pivotal organ of its democracy, cannot afford to be left behind. Next, the Vice President women-led intervention in the proceedings of House. So Vice President has introduced a slew of progressive measures in the proceedings of the House as well as the Secretariat. Mr. Dhankar has always held the view that role of women in parliament is enormous. He has stated that women are the backbone of parliament and the country economic development. Mr. Dhankar, in a historic move, reconstituted the panel of vice chairpersons to include only women, that is in the Nari Shakti Vandan Abdiniyam Women's Reservation Bills in 2023. He emphasized that this would send a powerful message to the world at large and it would symbolize that they had to be commanding position during this epochal moment of change. Next, the women nomination have been increased. Mr. Dhankar also began the practice of nominating 4 women members who constitute 50% of panel of vice chairpersons. So the G20 New Delhi leaders declaration underscored that the investing in the empowerment of all women and girls has multiplier effort in implementing the 2030 agenda for sustainable development. India is already working tirelessly towards goal 5.5 of the sustainable development goals, which calls for women's full and effective participation and equal opportunities for leadership at levels of decision making in political, economic and public life. The Rajya Sabha Secretariat is expected to set the highest standards in direction. Next, the initiatives in the Secretariat. The initiatives are with the aim of striking a gender balance at the Rajya Sabha Secretariat. Mr. Dhankar has started many new initiatives, breaking the stereotypes from male focus to women oriented duties. The sections related to house duty were conventionally considered a male domain because they involve late sittings. So empowering the women staff. Today the table of the house is largely being womaned by female officers. According to duty roster, has prepared and women officers are deputed on chamber duty. Moreover, an application-based system called Vahan was introduced to address the problem of commuting during late sitting hours. Through this app, women officers can avail themselves of commutation facilities during odd hours. In addition, through a process of selection, some women officials of the Secretariat have been appointed as chamber attendants. This has created a favorable atmosphere even inside the House for women MPs. Next, the women-led growth in future. The things are progressive moves in Rajya Sabha, rising in leadership roles for women, also placing trust in women's capacity, high skill based work, also occupation of senior positions are being seen. Now, what are all the key outcomes from Nari Shakti Abhidhinyam 2023? So 33% reservation for women in legislature, that is the bill reserves 33% of seats for women in the Lok Sabha and state legislative assemblies aiming to increase women's participation in governance. The bill ensures that women are better represented in political process, potentially reshaping the political landscape by empowering women as decision makers. Also, by providing more opportunities for women in legislature, it aligns with the goal of women-led development, where women set the agenda for governance and development policies. Next, by strengthening legal framework and enforcement and promoting economic empowerment and education can be the way forward under this. So that's all from today's topics. To read this document, you can visit our website. Our website link have been provided in the description. To get daily current affairs and more current affairs videos, you can follow our YouTube channel, also our Telegram channel. Thank you.